Hi everyone, and welcome back to another online Jujitsu workout class as we now enter week 20 of our online practice. Not something that we really expected to be happening when we first started this back in March, but that's the way, and we need to stay safe and we need to stay healthy, and hopefully everybody is exactly those at home. It's very hot, we're still in a heat wave, so please be hydrated and let's get ready for class. Like so. Yame. Onegishimasu. Up. Hands on your hips or your belt. Head to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And da. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku. Head back down, back down, back down, back down, back down. Look right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Tilt right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Any weight needed. Yeah, 1 second. I've got beard caught up here. So, where were we? Shoulders forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Alternating. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. And left hamni. Right hand in. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, and die. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. 1 second. I'm going to move my earrings so they're not clacking against the microphones and causing you to have to listen to that. Okay. So, where were we? We did left side, right side, both hands forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Reverse. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Left hamni, right hand in. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side. Punch and die. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side. Punch. Both hands in, elbows remain against your chest. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Out. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Shake it in, shake it out, side to side, double punch. Hips to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. And die. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Stretch back. Forward. Back, hands overhead. Forward. Chest to your right knee. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And loosen up. Ready for torso rotations to the right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Die. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And standing split. Elbows to the mat. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back on your heels. Remember, no weight on your hands, just use them for balance. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Pivot left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Dai. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back to center. Elbows to the mat. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Rocking. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Back on your heels. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Pivot left again. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Dai. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And come up into Shikadach. Breathe in, out, in, out. Drop your right shoulder, look at your right fingers. Thigh, 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 thigh. Stretch out your right leg for side kick. Remember to rotate your hips forward. Thigh. 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 Thigh toes up. Thigh. 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 Thigh all the way down. Thigh. 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 Drop your right knee into hurdler stretch. Sit up straight, twist right, hands together, reach equally. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And thigh. Sit up straight, hands together, reach equally. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist left. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And thigh, feet in front, foot in front. And again, it's important to try and just reach evenly, so if you don't reach your foot, stop where they can both reach and pull from there. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And thigh. Forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist. And both feet in front. Kick them up if you can. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Reach a little deeper. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right, twist left, feet apart. Sit up straight, turn right, hands together, even reach. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Twist left, or reach left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Center, elbows to the mat or better. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Right. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Left. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Center. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And now drop your right elbow onto the mat next to your right knee. Hand flat. Left hand overhead. And reach. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Untie. Left elbow. Right hand reaches. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Sit up straight, twist right, left, feet together, bounce your knees, push down on your knees, move forward. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Feet in front one more time, reach deep. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. And yummy. So, jackknives are next, so if you can do the back fall, do it. Otherwise, get ready into jackknife position. Right? Jackknives, hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Hands under your butt, scissors wide and slow. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Leg raises. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Knees to chest. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Flutter kick. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hach, ku, ju. Raise them up straight, feet on your belly, slowly down, stretch, and shake loose whatever you need to shake loose. Head off the mat, right knee in. I like to work my ankle when I'm doing this too. And twist, put it down. Thigh. Twist, put it down. Both knees in, rocking. Stretch. Heels in and bridge. Hands by your shoulders all the way up. And yummy. So ready for face or push-ups. So if you can do the face fall, do the face fall. Otherwise, just get into push-up position. Height. Push-up position. Head up, right leg up. Down, left leg up. Down, head down, back. Scoop. Back. Down. Head up, right leg up. Down, left leg up. Down, head down, back. Scoop. Back. Down. Head up, right leg up. Down, left leg up. Down, head down, back. Scoop. Back. Down. Head up, right leg up. Down, left leg up. Down, head down, back. Scoop. Back. Down, one more. Head up, right leg up. Down, left leg up. Down, head down, back. Scoop. Back. Down and hold it. Slowly down. Relax. Up. Thigh. 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 Turn around, drop your knee, and fix whatever you need to fix. Okay, left tummy, kata gesh. And I've been reminding people to concentrate on making your hominy good, your knees bent good, shoulders over your hips, and breathing. Thigh. Thigh. EQ. Thigh. Thigh. NICU. Thigh. Thigh. Thank you. Thigh. Dai, Shihanagi. Dai. Dai, finger wrist stretch. And dai. And shake it loose. Okay, so we'll do our Tai Sabaki and then we'll just get straight into our 10 points because it can take a while to get through everything. So, left family, ready for Tai Sabaki. Hitch. Ni. San. Shi. Gu. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Dai. Hitch. Ni. San. Shi. Gu. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And dai. Each step pivot, slow count. Hitch. Ni. San. Shi. Gu. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. Dai. Hitch. Ni. San. Shi. Gu. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And dai. Hitch step pivot quick count. Hitch. Ni. San. Shi. Gu. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And dai. Hitch. Ni. San. Shi. Gu. Rook. Sich. Hatch. Ku. Ju. And yeah. Okay. So, we're going to do the 10 points doing the stick kata, but we're going to start by doing just the 10-point fit-ins with a temi. We're not going to belabor it too much. We're just going to review it so that you remember all the different variations on it and correlate the two together, because we're trying to correlate our Tai Sabaki kata, our 10 points fit-ins, our stick kata, and our boken kata, all which use the same 10-point but variations on them, so we want to compare. So we're going to start by doing the atemi. So we're going to start by standing natural stance, and number 1, we come in with the right foot and parry the incoming attack with our right hand and reverse uppercut with our left. So the attack is a lunge punch by uke. So same foot, same hand is coming in, and we're going to step into the outside of that, push it slightly to the side, and come underneath with our uppercut into the floating ribs. So 1 and 2 are the same. 2 is basically the same thing. We come from the opposite side and we do the same thing. So let's do just 1 and 2 a couple of times. Ich, and back, knee, and back, ich, and back, knee, and back, ich, and back, knee, and back. Let me move back a bit further so camera can see all my movements. So that's 1 and 2. It's very basic. 3 and 4 are similar to the Sabaki kata in that we're moving to the side and we're kicking. But the difference here is that we're actually going to trap that hand and kick out the knee. So this is our kick out the knee defense. So it's the same as if they're coming in with a knife attack or with the punch. We're going to come to the side, block, drop, trap, chamber, kick, chamber again, and come out. Same on the left. We step to the side, we block, we drop, trap, grab that wrist, chamber, kick out the knee, re-chamber, and come back in. So again, let's just do that a bunch of times, and we'll then move on to 5 and 6. Okay, so this is Sanshi, 3 and 4. So San, Shi. You know what, I'm going to just start using the English because it's easier for you to correlate all the other points. So 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, and 4. And yummy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 and 6 are much more like the weapons katas as opposed to Sabaki, where we do the spin out reverse hand block. Or technically that's a leg catch. We don't have to worry about it. It's not something we use in our practice very often. It's more of just a kata thing. But the stick and atemi and boken all are similar in that we come in and we're going to cross step, drop, like our scissor lift drop, and then come up with a punch. So the uppercut comes up just like the boken, comes out from your obi knot, and as we drop down we push up and drive that in. So we're going to do a block with the opposite hand this time. So we come in on the right and block trap with the left. Cross step with the left, scissor lift down, scissor lift up, and uppercut. So basically we're just, for a quick review, we have our my sewing model here, comes in handy. We're coming in on the outside of their incoming hand, coming down and coming up, like that. And their hand will be down, so this hand we can pull down out of the way so that we can come up on top of it. So our trapping of the hand has to bring the arm down so we can slide up the outside of it. Okay. So, let's do that twice on each side, slowly with the breakdown, and then we'll do a few fast ones. So coming in on the right, we drop and trap with the left, we scissor lift down, and we come up with the right uppercut. Other side, stepping in on the left, trapping with the right, cross step with the right, scissor lift down, scissor lift up, and uppercut. Again, coming in on the right, we block, trap with the left, cross step with the left, come down, uppercut with the right. On the left, coming in the left, block trapping with the right, cross stepping with the right, left uppercut as we rise. Okay, hard to talk about that and do it at the same time, a lot of steps. So now we're just going to iterate that a few times. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, one more time, 5 and 6. Good. So 7 and 8, as you know, is we're retreating. And in some cases, especially with the weapons, it's because they come with one attack, we retreat and force them to come with a second attack. With the Atemi version, we don't do that, but we bring them with us. So the idea here is, and I can just stick Uke up as a demonstration here. So in this case, what we're doing is they come with the attack, and we trap their hand and step back. So we're going to be natural stance. We're going to step back on the right, trap with the left, and then do reverse Maegeti. So we're pulling them into us, and the reverse Maegeti takes advantage of the front leg being our stabilization point. If we did a front leg, we'd have to drop our weight back onto the rear leg, and that pushes us further away and we can't reach, or we'd have to pull them with us more. So the idea here is that we're natural stance, we're going to come back and pull them with us, reverse Maegeti, and come in after rechambering. On the opposite side, same thing. We step back and trap with the opposite hand, reverse Maegeti, chamber, and back in again. So that should be fairly easy to do, so we're just going to go for it. 7, and back, 8, and back, 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 one more round, 7, and back, 8, and back. So the one thing that I like to point out here, it's very similar to 5 and 6 in that our trapping hand has to pull them towards us, so our elbow is going to come to our hip. So as we come back, we pull them with us and dead stop, elbow at hip. Same for 5 and 6. We bring it down for them to bring their head down towards us for 5 and 6. So there's a similarity there in the blocking technique. Okay, 9 and 10. 9 and 10 is, with weapons, they're coming 1, 2, and 3 if they can get the third one in. See, the idea is like 7 and 8, we're going to go back and invite them in, but we're going to go back a second time and invite them in again, and when they get really confident with their third attack is when we reverse it and come back in ourselves. So what we want to do is we want to invite them. So we don't want to block them so much that they don't want to keep coming forward. We want to just tap, tap, so they'll come on, they come on again. We're not knocking them off the center line. We want them to feel like they're achieving something. So again, natural stance. With 9, we step back right, block left. 10, we step back left, block right. And then, I'll just call it 11 for now. The finish is to step in, parry, and uppercut. So it's number 4. Step back right, block left. Step back left, block right. Step in, parry, and uppercut. So 9 is step back right, block left. 10, step back left, block right. And 11, come in, parry, and uppercut. So let's do that. And I'll just do 9, 10, and then say pick up. Ready? 9, 10, and pick up. Again, 9, 10, and pick up. 9, 10, and pick up. 9, 10, pick up. 9, 10, pick up. 9, 10, and pick up. And one more. 9, 10, and pick up. Alright, so that's our 10 points using the atemi fit-ins. And of course they're just fit-ins, so you can actually make variations on that yourself. They're the 10 atemis that I like to do for this, but you can make up your own variations. You know, number 1, you could come in and you could do an elbow strike. You know, number 2 could be an elbow strike, or you know, a straight punch to the head, or whatever it is that you feel is appropriate. But they're the ones I teach, and they're the ones that I like to do myself, my preferred ones. So it's almost a kata in my mind because of my stick-to-itiveness of doing that. But now we're going to do the actual kata, which is the stick kata, and it uses the same 10 points, but has slight variations, as you'll see. Especially 9 and 10, you'll see the footwork is different. Okay, so get your sticks. Our base position is standing natural stance, holding the stick not all the way at the ends, but just a little bit in each one, basically where your shoulder width, wherever your hands rest on the stick, so your shoulder width. Now in class we like to go to the end so we don't hurt people with the butt of the stick, but in practical use we want the butt of the stick available so we can use that. You can use it as a yuara or some other, you know, like almost like a knife butt technique. So we're going to hold our sticks like this, and we can do our 5 points. Our 5 points for review are, make sure you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is to the shoulder neck joint, 2 is a backhand to the shoulder neck joint, 3 is either elbow or knee. So knee is going to be in the kata because we're going to have an uke to hit a knee that steps forward. We can always hit the striking hand. And 4, same thing, we can do an elbow, but in the kata we do a backhand to the knee. And then 5 we withdraw and we poke. So in the kata we're not going to do this part much. We're basically going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitting each other's sticks. So we're not stepping in because we don't need to take up the distance that we need to get in to actually hit the person. So we'll call that part as done, and we're going to actually move on to the 10 points of the kata. So once we've got our little patty cake movements down of hitting each other's sticks, uke comes in with an overhead, basically like a shomanuchi, hit straight down the center. And we do first the first 5 positions, but we do them with our coming in positions, just like we have been doing with the atemi. So number 1 is stepping in with the right and block trapping with the left, chamber basically next to your ear, and strike, shoulder neck joint, and withdraw and back to natural position, natural stance. So again, number 1, we step in and chamber next to our ear, and we trap their arm. So we need to get their incoming hand that's on the stick. This time we're on their inside, because if they're coming right-handed, we're working right-handed. Their right hand, their opposite hand, so we're here. Let me take this off for a second. We're here. Okay, so number 1, we're coming basically on the inside of, but inside their strike zone. Number 2 is a backhand. This time we're outside their striking arm. And the big thing here is to not have your hand in your own way. So if you come over, your hand is going to be in your way. So what we need to do is number 2, we're going to come in and chamber and block. So by chambering and blocking and trapping first, then we can strike and we know that our hand is not in our way. So again, number 2, we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, just like we did before, so don't worry that we haven't covered 1 fully yet. So number 2, we're going to come in, chamber, trap, and then strike, and back here. So 1, step in, block, trap, strike. 2, step in, block, trap, strike. Now let's break it down for the first 2 sets, and then we'll do it at speed. Ready? So number 1, we come in, chamber, and trap, and then strike, and back. Number 2, come in, chamber, and trap, strike, and back. Notice when I strike, I immediately withdraw back to chamber. So you don't want to leave it out there in case you don't make good contact and they take your weapon. Okay, so again, 1, come in, and strike, and back. Number 2, come in, chamber, trap, strike, and back. Okay, so now we're going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and without stopping. Ready? Ich, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, go, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, ku, and back, ju, and back. Again, ich, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, go, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, ku, and back, ju, and back. So Uke is coming with a club in, ignore this arm, he's coming with the right arm, and the club is like this. So we're going to come in and be here, right? So we're quite far away from our body because so basically our hands are going to end up being sort of like this. So instead of here, like we do with, 7 and 8 or something like that, with 1 and 2, we're actually at arm's length away from us. With 2, because it's coming in like this, we're coming in, we have to trap to the outside of their arm, and we're going to be hitting from outside here. So 2 is actually across your body, right? So when we come in, that's why we chamber first, and we can, over there, we can have our hand over here, so we can hit it and return before letting go of their arm. So yeah, it's a little weird. That's why people get very confused and they'll put their hand on top and then they'll not be able to hit. So get your hand in first, hit, and back. 3 and 4, we move to the side, we trap, and then we just hit the inside of the leg with a forehand, inside of their front leg, so their right leg is forward. So we have to just come across and hit the inside, and again, back to center. 4, we step to the side, and we do have to do that same cross block. So we're doing it, but we don't have to worry about the stick because the stick just comes down and hits. 4 is actually the easiest one to do in terms of a strike, because 3, and we're coming slightly in. We have to come in far enough so we can take their hand. They're trying to be at stick lengths from us, so we have to come in enough to get to their hand and enough to be able to reach their knee. So we're not going just straight horizontal like we do in Sabaki kata. We're coming in and to the side, and 3 we have to come over the top and hit. So there's kind of a wrist flick that you get in there for the strike, and you can bring your elbow up a little bit to add oomph to it, but don't come all the way up here. That's way too big a circle, it's way too slow, so you want to be able to do it from the wrist as much as possible. So 3, we step in, let go and block trap, and then come over and hit the knee, and then back over into position. Again, step out, block trap, over, under, over, back. 4, really simple. We step in and block, and then we just hit. Like that. Now, if we weren't blocking, we could add extra oomph onto the hit by holding on with our left hand and causing a lot of tension, then when we let go, it flies out. But we'd have to be very quick at doing our block trap in order to be able to use that effect. So basically we're going to come in and we're going to leave it where it was and block trap there, and now we're just going to drop it, hit, and bring it back up, come back. So again, we step into the left, hit, and back up. So right, over the top, back over the top, left, drop, and back up. Okay, so we're going to break it down a little bit for the first 2 rounds, and then we're going to go fast. So again, we're number 3, step in on the right, trap, over the top, hit, over the top, back to natural. 4, step in left, block trap, snap hit, bring it back up, and back to natural. 3, step in right, block trap, over the top, hit the knee, over the top and back to natural. 4, step in left, block trap, hit, return, back to natural. Okay, so let's iterate that a few times. Ready? So 3, 4, 3, 4 like that. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, hech, ku, ju. Again, ich, ni, san, shi, gu, ruk, sich, hech, ku, and ju. 5 and 6. And complex because we've got a bunch of steps to them. So just like we did before with the atemi, we came in and we block trapped and we scissor lift down and we come up. It's almost exactly the same with the stick kata. So here we're going to come in and scissor lift down, block trap with our left, and come up and poke. So 5 and 6, the main difference, other than the fact that we're going to change hands, is where we poke them. Because Uke is coming right-handed, so we're going to be able to, again, pretend this hand isn't in the way here, we're going to be able to hit them pretty much dead center when we come into their open side. But on 6, we're going to come in underneath the arm that we're holding. So we're coming into the floating rib underneath their elbow for 6. That's one of the main differences. And the other difference is that this is the only other place where we actually go left-handed temporarily. So 5, we say right-handed. So step 1, slide in right, block trap with your left hand, cross step with your left, drop down, and as you come up, you're going to poke. So again, looking at this sideways, we're going to come down and up. So my elbow comes from my hip forward. I don't reach, my shoulder doesn't come forward at all. I just use my up and add to it by letting my elbow exit my body. So again, natural position. Slide in on the right, block trap, cross step, drop, and up. The position of the stick as you come in, basically your elbow goes to your hip and then can exit your hip for the strike. So same thing for number 6, except for we're going to go left-handed in this instance. So on number 6, we step in left and trap right, cross step right, drop down, and again up and in with the poke. Again, number 6, we step in left, block trap right, cross step with it right, scissor lift down, up and poke, and back. So let's iterate 5 and 6 a bunch of times. Twice, 2 sequences broken down a little bit, and then we'll do our full sequence. Ready? 5, step in right, cross step left, drop, poke, and back. 6, step in left, left-handed, cross step, poke, and back. 5, step in right, cross step left, drop, up and poke. 6, left-handed, step in left, cross step right, trap, up and poke. Okay, again, hard to say all those things and do them at once. So now we're just going to do it. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. Ready, itch, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, go, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, ku, and back, ju, and back, again, itch, and back, knee, and back, san, and back, shi, and back, go, and back, rook, and back, sich, and back, hatch, and back, ku, and back, ju, and back, and jamin. 7 and 8. So unlike in the Atemi one, this time Uke is coming with strike, we withdraw, and we're to the corner, so they have to re-aim and come in and strike a second strike. So the idea here is that we're going to withdraw, and we're basically hiding our stick, and then we're going to forehand block the incoming second strike, step in, and backhand strike them. So 7, when we do 7, we want to go back with a big step with the right, but we want to make it bigger by, when we get here, we push off with the left and then bring the left with us. So I'm traveling, not just leaving my left where it was, but traveling as far as I can go. We want to make them have to really follow us as far as possible. And when we get there, we want to, so I'm starting it like this, and I step back big, and I'm going to drop my stick behind my leg here. So you kind of basically want to have it hidden. It's not like they don't know you have it, because you started out like this, but in a real world situation, you might actually be in this situation and step back. So you want to kind of have it hidden, and then surprise, hit, step in, and finish off. The big mistake that people make in this is, one, they rotate too much, and their stick is behind them over here. So don't rotate too much, just come into hominy and turn your hip out a little bit. And 2, don't step in and do the first strike. You do the second strike after stepping in. Remember, they're following you, so they're already getting there. The first strike is to get to their stick. The second strike is to get to their body. So that's why you have to come in for the second at first they should be there, their stick should be about to land on the center of your head, and you knock it out of the way and then step in and come again to a number 2 on their neck. So let's do that. Starting natural stance, slide back right, hide it, and you can just have your hand in defensive position here. And then second strike comes in, we come up and forehand, and without withdrawing the stick, we step in and backhand. So the forehand puts us into our position for doing our backhand. Again, 7, step back right, hide the stick, incoming, come up into chamber, hit, travel all the way to rear hand chamber, step in and rear hand strike, and back. Again, step back right, hide it, incoming, chamber, hit, chamber, step in, hit. So 8 is basically the same thing, except for where we put the stick in terms of, quote, hiding it. We're not actually hiding it, we're going to step back left, and again we're going to turn left, but we're going to bring the stick across our body just to here. So it basically looks like this, sitting on top of our elbow, and basically both of our hands, one on top of the other, in front of your belly button, above your obi knot. So your hand should be just wherever it naturally lands in terms of a 90 degree, and the stick just comes across and your hand will sit on top of your hand. The tendency here is that people again go way too far, so it's going to be hidden more because we're going to be turning our hips a little bit. So they should be looking just at the butt end of the stick, so they can't see how far away it is or its speed when they come. And again, they come their second strike, we're going to backhand right from there, and that will allow us to come all the way around and step in and forehand. So just like before, we step back, we basically hide it, we wait for their second attack, we parry their second attack, allow our stick to come around into chamber, step in, and strike number 1. It's a reverse strike though, because our back foot is back. But that doesn't matter because we've come in. Okay, so 8, step back, turn your hip a little bit, hide the stick a little bit, backhand, come in, forehand, and back. So 7 and 8 together will look like this. We step back, hide the stick, forehand, step in, backhand, step back left, backhand, step in, forehand. So let's do that again, twice broken down, and then a bunch of times at speed. Ready? 7, step back right, hide the stick. Chamber right, forehand, chamber, step in, backhand, and back. 8, step back left, hide the stick, backhand, chamber, step in, forehand, and back to neutral. 7, step back right, hide the stick, chamber, forehand, chamber, step in, backhand, and neutral. 8, slide back left, hide the stick, backhand, chamber, forehand, as we step in and back to neutral. Okay, so let's do that a bunch of times. Ready? Itch. And back. Knee. And back. San. And back. Shi. And back. Gu. And back. Rook. And back. Sich. And back. Hatch. And back. Ku. And back. Ju. And back. Again. Itch. And back. Knee. And back. San. and back, shi, and back, gu, and back, ruk, and back, ku, and back, ju, and back, and yummy. But it should be accelerating as it gets closer. So I was comparing this to the other day to a fly swatter. You know the way of fly swatter, the idea is that it bends, so it builds up kinetic energy or potential energy, and then when you let go, the snap of the bending comes forward, or like fly fishing, same kind of thing. It's got a flexible. This isn't a flexible thing, but what you can do is you can release your grip on it a little bit like this, and as it comes forward you can tighten up your grip. So that gives you that extra acceleration at the very, very end. So almost every hit that I have has got that little extra snap to it, and that's how not only can you hit, but you can also bounce back by releasing that. If you ever get the opportunity that you have a heavy bag or something that you can wail on, it's a good idea to do that when you can. Okay, so 9 and 10. 9 and 10 are very similar to the Atami version in that in the Atami we were going tap, tap, come in, and hit. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go tap, tap in terms of not really knocking them offline. We're just inviting them in, inviting them to follow us. The big difference is that we're not going to change our foot position. So we go back right, or back with our left foot, stay with right foot forward. So we go back left and do a forehand block, back again with the left and do a backhand. Now we step in and we do our big finish hit. So with Boken we do 1 foot, opposite foot. With Atemi we do 1 foot, opposite foot. And depending on which version of the kata, which one goes first is open for debate. So I do the opposite to what Sensei Stephen does in the Boken kata. I go right, left, and step in, and he goes left, right, and step in. So that's variations on this. But in this case with the stick, because again we're just doing right hand forward, 1 hand forward, we want to keep that right foot forward so that we don't end up in the reverse position and don't have as much reach. So we keep our right foot forward. So we slide back each step, and again you can see I'm just using that same squeezing technique to do the tapping. So I'm not really using my shoulder. So I go tap, slide back, backhand tap, and then as I come in with my left foot, I drop it down into our basic position like this, and bring my right foot forward. And as I bring my right foot forward and throw my hip into it, I'm sliding from here to here, basically in front of my hips, but a little bit narrower. We don't want to go all the way, because you go all the way, suddenly this becomes a big lever, and hitting their body is just going to bend your wrist. So you want to have enough to be able to brace it against your hips and use your hips. So again, just like with the uppercut, we use our hips to do an uppercut. We don't do this. We do this. We're going to do this with the stick. We're going to use our body and our hips to drive it, and it should have a huge impact as opposed to this, which doesn't really, it might hurt them, might leave a bruise, but isn't going to knock them off their feet. But that will. And of course, if we actually had an uke, we would come in, we would do the strike, then take the hand and do our takedown, our baton takedown. Can't do it with uke. I can bend his arm, but his legs don't buckle, he doesn't fall to the floor, so I can't show you the takedown. But basically we come in, we do that, and then we do the takedown and take them out. So we're not going to bother with the takedown part right now. We're just going to go step back left, slide back left, backhand, come in with our left and do our final hit and call that good. So let's iterate that a few times with the breakdown. So 9, step back with our left, tap forehand. 10, hitch step back with our left, tap backhand. And then I'll just call it 11 for now. 11's come in with our left, drop to our hips on the outside of the stick, bring our back foot with us, drive the stick and slide the hands. Back to natural. 9, step back left, tap forehand. 10, step back left, backhand. 11, step forward with the left, drop the stick, bring your back foot with you and drive the stick while sliding the hand. One more time broken down like that. 9, step back left, tap forehand. 10, hitch step left, tap backhand. 11, drop the stick as we come in with our left, back foot comes with as we drive the stick and slide the hand. Okay, so let's just do that a bunch of times and we are good. Ready? Itch, knee and in. Again, I'll just call them 9, 10. 9, 10 and in. 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 You will notice a difference when you're actually deflecting a stick in terms of that finish, because once you've knocked them out of the way, your hip is turned like that, so coming in is a much bigger thing. Ready again. 9, 10 and in. 9, 10 and in. One more time. 9, 10 and in. And big takedown. Because I am actually seeing your fingers leave the stick. I wasn't sure if I was seeing that, but I am seeing that. You don't want them to leave the stick. What you want to do is you want to move from here. Let me turn this light on here. You want to move from here, where they're still on it, to here. So when I do this, I just exaggerate it. In Boken for number 2, we have to do that, and for a couple of other positions we have to release, but we can release that much because we have a second hand on it. In this case, we don't have a second hand on it, so you don't want to go past the position where... So your knuckles are just moving from here to here. Right? You don't want to let your fingers flail because you don't want to lose control of your stick. Yeah, that's the idea. And it is very much like drumming. I don't know. Certainly the way I drum it is. Especially if you're doing like kettle drumming and stuff like that, you have to deal with that. But even like on a smaller level, if you're doing snare drumming, you're still constantly vibrating those fingers back and forth. So it's both wrist and fingers in that. Yep. So remember, tap, tap, and in. Oh man, we're out of time. So let's do a couple of just loosening up final exercises. We're not going to do our full aerobics because we're out of time. But let's just loosen up a little bit. We've done a lot of wrist movements. So we'll do what we do with our Bokens, but without holding them. So we're going to jump up and down, and we're going to curl our wrists up and down as we go up. So shaking them loose like that. Now shake your shoulders too. A, and twist right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, shake it loose, mock so. So you may.
I already got the exams done.
And thanks again for coming. Hope to see you next time.